Right, hello everyone, welcome back. My name's Dan. Today we are looking at, in this video, basically some routing techniques you can use in Logic. So creating a bus channel, sending audio signal out from a channel into a bus and then back. So bus return, you may hear it be called busing or audio routing or send return routing. Anything along those lines. We're going to be talking about that today. So what I have here to begin with is just a drum loop and some piano. Okay, so basic loop. What we're going to be doing is using a send return or a bus channel to put effect on our piano here. So alternatively, you could just put effects straight on the piano. So we've got our piano, doctor's orders channel strip here. We could just put, let's just put an echo straight on the channel, okay? So that is an option, right? But let's say we want to put this same delay on to several different channels, and we don't want to put the delay on individually 7 times, right? So what we can do is use a send return track. Essentially it's just a separate track in the mixer that contains the effects, and then you can then send amounts of different audio channels or software instrument channels to that send return track, and then they get sent from the return into the master output. So we're using effects, but the effects exist on a different channel, okay? So that's kind of how you would word it. I'll just show you how it works. If you press X to bring up the mixer view, it's going to give you your channels down the bottom. Give it a second to load. There should be more channels than that. There we go. Yeah, so we got our 2 channels, 2-step push beat 2, which is there, and then we got our doctor's orders piano channel here. Then there's the stereo out, okay? So we need to add a bus channel into this, and we are going to add the bus channel that is linking to our piano. So we got our piano here, and to add a bus channel, we come down to this section here. It's grey, it's got a little circle next to it. When you hover over the grey square, it'll give you a drop down menu. So you click the drop down, and at the bottom it says bus. Right, so we go to bus, and this is the amount of bus channels we could possibly have. So there's 1 to 32 regular bus channels, and then there's bus groups. Okay, so there's, I mean, literally it goes up to 256. So I mean, you know, there's no end to the amount of bus channels you can have. I would advise at first start with 1, keep it simple. So we go to bus 1, we click that. What that does then, it gives us another channel in our mixer view. So if we go down, it's come up yellow. It'll have this yellow thing on it, and it'll say auxiliary 1. Okay, so that's another term you might hear used for bus channels, is auxiliary channel. Essentially, it's just another channel that you can run things in and out of. Okay, so it might be called, the technique is called busing, but the channel is called an auxiliary channel, or a bus channel, you might hear it be called. Yeah, so there's a couple of different terms, so just try not to get too confused about that, but just think of it as busing or send return routing. Those are the 2 proper terms. So yeah, so we have our new channel here. It's called bus 1, as you can see, and then next to where we just put the bus 1, this little circle's turned into a dial. Okay, so that there represents the amount of sound we want from this channel, from our pianos, the amount of piano sound we want to flow into our bus channel. Okay, so what you could do is press Alt and click it, hold Alt and click, and it'll set to 0, which is just the standard amount, you know, the exact amount of volume that's coming from this channel is going to be fed into our bus channel. Okay, so if you go up further than that, you're getting plus 6 dB. If you go down, you're getting minus. But if you hold Alt and click, it'll go to just 0 dB, which is, you know, just the proper level, essentially the exact level that's coming out. So now when I play my piano, well, bear with me, let me take this echo off. Yeah, so now when I play my piano, we get our piano on our channel. We also get a piano on auxiliary 1. So we've doubled the, well, we have 2 versions of our piano essentially. One is coming from our original channel, one is coming from the original channel in through the bus and then to the stereo out. So it actually sounds louder. If I mute this, yeah, so we're getting two dry signals, really. We're getting one there, and then we're getting the exact same signal in our auxiliary there, but nothing's happening to that yet. So in order to use the bus effectively, we want to put some effects on this bus channel. So let's do that. We click here where our effects are, same as in the other channels. Let's put the echo on. So we've got the same echo now on our bus return. Let's play this. Yeah, so now we're getting a dry signal from here. My bad. Yeah, dry signal from our original channel, but we're also getting a wet signal now from our echo, which is on our bus 1 channel. Okay, so what's handy about having a bus channel? If we then say, let's say we had another piano, or I'm going to use the drums as an example. It's not going to sound good, but just so you to see it happening. If I wanted to sort of send audio from our drums into our bus, we would just do something like this. Hover over the circle or the drop down menu, sorry. Go to bus, select bus 1, it's already there. Yeah, so now I can set the amount of drums that I want to send to my auxiliary channel, which contains the echo. Let me get rid of this just so we're not getting confused. Yeah, so the echo exists only on the bus channel, and we are sending amounts of audio from our other channels into the bus. So if I turn this down, we're going to get no delay from our piano. Yeah, let me just unsolo that. Yeah, and then if I turn this up here, we're going to get our bus delay on the drums. Yeah, so that's what's handy about bus channels, guys, is that you can have the same effect affecting multiple channels in your track. So you may have a reverb that sounds particularly nice, and you don't want to then build the reverb again, or even just copy and paste it, because that takes time. You set up a bus channel, and then once you've got like 50 or 30 tracks in your session, having buses with certain audio effects, it's going to come in really handy for you. It saves you having to just rebuild sort of channel strips and stuff like that, So yeah, busing, really handy, guys. And obviously you can put any effect you want in the bus. So I'll show you like a kind of advanced sort of technique now, right? So if I put an EQ in here, so this is one way you might get creative using bus channels, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off the bottom half of the EQ, and I'm going to put my EQ above the echo, so it hits the EQ first, then hits the echo. Right, now I'm going to put another EQ on my pianos, and I'm going to take out all of the low and the high. Right, now if I turn my bus send amount up on the piano, right, so what's happening here is, because I've set my EQ here to only pick up highs before it hits the echo, yeah, this amount of frequency here isn't actually touching my echo because it's being blocked by this EQ here. Okay, so this is quite advanced, guys, but if you're following, then good stuff. So what I'm going to do is, as I open up this EQ here, it's going to allow frequencies from the piano to get into this echo only when it passes the frequency set here. So only when it gets up past 2K is it going to start hitting the echo. Okay, so this is some advanced creative things you might do with your buses. So if I play this, we're not getting any delay at the minute, but as I start to raise this frequency here, so which one is it? This one. Yeah, so as I start to increase this frequency along here, it's going to allow more frequencies into the bus return channel, and then the ones that pass 2K are going to get delayed. Okay, so you'll hear that now if I show you. So we're not getting much delay as I open up the EQ. See, so then what I can do then is I could set this to some sort of parameter that I can control, and then as I open up my EQ on my main piano channel, it's going to allow certain amounts of frequencies in to the echo. Okay, and it's important that you set up the EQ before the echo, because the EQ, this EQ is actually cutting anything that we don't want to echo before it hits the echo. Okay, I hope that makes sense, guys. That was quite advanced on the technique there, but something to think about. But really, for ease of access for multiple channels being sent into one effect, use a bus channel strip. Okay, and to do it, guys, remember, let me just demonstrate you one more time. Yeah, if I want to put a bus on my drums, I come to this section here where it says sends. I click down, I go to bus 1 or bus 2 or bus 3. You know, you can have multiple bus channels going. Click that, and then I want to send the amount by holding Alt or just dragging up to the 0. And then that is going to be being sent from this to our bus channel, which contains our effects. Okay, so that is sort of busing and a little technique you might want to use there whilst using bus routing. Okay, it's quite complicated, but hopefully that sort of clears up some of it for you. All right, guys, so good luck, and yeah, see you on the next vid.